Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Smoke, Dr. Amber Ortega. I am an air quality and smoke meteorologist with 20 years of experience forecasting smoke from wildfires and prescribed fires. So this is latest satellite image. Let's get her going. So this is what we have happening right now. This is a great satellite that shows us kind of the true color, which is what the world would look like from space. And then we can see there are some fires in Canada, and this is the smoke from those Canadian fires getting wrapped around this low pressure trough coming through. Probably getting a lot of rain in this part of Appalachia right now, centered over West Virginia, and the back end of that trough is bringing in smoke from Canada. There's another way to look at this, which is this map. For some people, this makes a lot more sense because the world is not flat. So if you're used to looking at maps and this makes sense to you, you can actually see bunch of smoke from these fires is getting wrapped around this trough of low pressure, and that's getting sent probably pretty smoky over the Great Lakes area in the Midwest, and that's getting pulled into this system here. What does that look like on the ground? So this is the fire and smoke map. You can see the fires are indicated. There's a few little ones here in the Lake States, but really a lot is on fire up here in Canada. The colors are the equivalent to the smoke levels at the surface. So while we might see smoke in that satellite, that's looking from the downward. So it's a picture from space, but that doesn't mean that smoke's hitting the ground necessarily. These are ground-based smoke sensors and smoke monitors that will indicate what the smoke would be at that breathing level where we all operate our daily life. So you can see a little bit of enhanced smoke is already being observed on the ground here in Minnesota, in Wisconsin, Upper Peninsula, Michigan. And you see here some of these yellows. This is really particulate matter particles, and like the I-95 corridor just sticks out because of traffic, because of um, different things going on there that may not actually be influenced by wildfires. But wait, so this is the rapid refresh smoke model from NOAA, and this is what is forecast for a little bit, probably right now. Again, this would be, we are looking at the near surface smoke levels. So this is a model. A forecast is a models looked at by a forecaster and then a forecast put out. So this is a model. This isn't what is going to happen necessarily, but this is a good indicator of timing and intensity of smoke. So we can already compare this model for right now to what we're observing right now to see how good it's doing. These sensors take a little bit of lag because the smoke has to get there, has to be there for an hour, recorded by that sensor, that data sent off, and then it put in a map. So there's a little bit of a lag there. But this is the smoke forecast. And if we march forward in time, we can see that that low pressure system that's hitting the Ohio River Valley, the Pennsylvania area, is going to be pulling that smoke with it. So I'm putting this out there because I'm originally from the East Coast. I live now in Colorado, but a lot of the people I love are in this area. So it is time to get ready for some of those protection mechanisms to mitigate your smoke exposure. This is in Zulu time, so minus 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on where you live in the US. So about 8 a.m., 9 a.m. tomorrow, a little bit before, that smoke will be overhead. So what I recommend for everybody in those areas is take those mitigating precautions overnight tonight. This will be roughly overnight kind of sunset for you guys, and then overnight we see that smoke rolling in, and that low pressure system should be bringing some moisture to the East Coast. So I don't expect the smoke to be long lived, but it will be there. And it's a lot easier to keep smoke out of your house if it's clean right now than to get smoke out of your house once it gets in. Here's another version of that forecast. This is actually the Canadian model, and we can see the smoke coming down, wrapping around that frontal system, and then pushing to the northeast. I think the main I-95 corridor will be pretty protected, but it's really this, as the smoke tries to get over the Appalachian Mountains, I think it may accumulate right behind that frontal system, and you'll kind of see that in the as we march forward in time. So right about there is when I think that sort of Columbus to Pittsburgh area will probably get a hit of smoke, and that would be around 1 a.m. my time, so 3 a.m. your time. What you can do about this is the graphic I love putting up here. That air quality index, so those colors on the map, this is what they mean. If you're smoke sensitive, here's kind of the list of people who are smoke sensitive. This you should take pretty seriously because you will have some adverse health impacts. The more sensitive you are to smoke, the lower levels of smoke will initiate that uncomfortability and that the health response. So tomorrow, it's Saturday, start of summer last weekend with Memorial Day weekend. So we're going to want to be outside. We're going to be wanting to work on our yards and recreate outdoors and all that kind of stuff. If you're in areas where you do see these higher colors, stay indoors, keep your windows and doors closed beforehand. I recommend if you have an HVAC system to replace your furnace filter with a higher grade. Think of it like a colander with pasta. Or if you're trying to do rice and one meant for pasta, those little rice will fall through because the mesh is not tight enough, right? So if you get a tighter mesh filter for your air filter, it'll filter out those smart smoke particles. I recommend a MERV 13. That's what I use in my house, but I have some pets, so it also helps with that. You can always use that recirculate button. It looks just like this car with the circular air on it. That uses your car cabin air filter to filter out the air from what's outside. So if you are in a smoky area, but you're in your car, you can use the recirculate in your HVAC in your car to try to filter that out. For pets, elderly pets, young pets, elderly people, children, um, take care for them because many times they can't advocate for themselves to really tell you that they are impacted, but they will be. And then if it's really bad, if the AQI is red, that impacts everyone, not just the sensitive group. So consider wearing an N95 if you have to go outside or if you're already experiencing those symptoms. Things to avoid when the smoke's in your area or when that outdoor air is orange or higher. Limit vacuuming because that can stir up the dust inside your house, and then that can make your clean air shelter, which it would be your house, dirtier. Gas stoves, indoors, burning candles, and then physical activity outdoors. And here's some ways that can impact your health. And a lot of us know this, right? If we are at a campfire and it's getting smoldering, you need to put another log on and smoke gets in your face, we can get those runny eyes, runny nose. If we get a lot of smoke in our lungs, that can cause chest pain, fatigue. But in these situations, we're getting smoke from a long distance away. It won't be as concentrated as you're sitting just next to a campfire, but folks who have these sensitive conditions will experience that at low levels of smoke. And the smoke may not even be visually that obscuring, right? It might not even look that smoky. It might look a little bit hazy. So make sure you check these tools like the fire and smoke map. We'll tell you what color your air quality is where you are. If you're on a smartphone, generally your weather app has some kind of AQI, and you can use these type of graphics as that indicator of based on this color, what should I do? So I'll leave you with that today. But I do want to let my East Coasters and my Midwestern Ohio River Valley folks know that you're going to get a pulse of smoke overnight tonight. So if you're somebody who's sensitive or you've already been experiencing allergies or some seasonal asthma because of allergies, that's going to already give you compromised airways. And so just a little bit of smoke may set you off even further. All right, I'll give you another update next time we have something interesting to talk about. Thanks, everybody.